Hello everyone and welcome to the Context Needed podcast. I'm Kyle, joined by... Thanks. Wow. So fucking rude. Trashy McFucking rude face, Ryan.
Ooh! It's me!
And Super Gacha, shoot it. You're all fucking assholes. We have Super Rare Gacha, also rude face, Ollie.
Sounds like a you problem.
Here I am, just trying to introduce you in a nice way, apart from calling you a trash man. But how is everyone today?
I'm okay.
You guys are very happy that you found that truck.
Oh, yes.
So if those...
That's been like the mission for like
It's
2 days
not even
now.
the truck. The main thing is the fucking truck battery.
Yeah.
God
the battery.
So for people not aware, those two started playing DayZ, what, about beginning of the week?
Tom and Ollie
Yeah,
were playing it last week because they were playing it last podcast.
Well,
You've easily
to
been playing it for
clarify-
about a week.
Yeah, I mean, to clarify, we're all three of us are DayZ, also DayZ mod veterans, so we're all long-time players. But we've started playing standalone again because it's actually quite good now. I was considering I had no real interest of ever picking it back up. Like I'd seen, I was an early access player. It was absolute hot trash.
I got it
came
in
back
as
years later, and it was still hot trash. And then I think it was last week, Tom was just like, "I'm playing DayZ again." And I was like, "Oh right, okay. Oh, it's really good now. Is it though?" And he kind of twisted my arm to play it, but fair play. It's actually, I feel like it's as fun now as Glory Days mod, really. Apart from maybe the lack of a couple vehicles and some weapons, I think it's pretty much there.
There's a few bits of functionality that are a bit off, like not being able to open your inventory if you're a passenger in a car. Things like that. That's all stuff that could easily be ironed out in future patches anyway.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I'm the complete opposite to you guys. Like, you guys bought it in early access and stuff, but I remember, like, as soon as they said they was doing a standalone, I outright said, I am not fucking buying that game for a long time, because I know what will happen is, because of the way the guy who originally started, I think his name, what was it, Rocket or something? Rocket Dean?
Rocket or Dean Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not good at making games. He's not. He has good ideas, which other people then worked on, and that's how DayZ became, the mod became so good.
To be honest, though, that's what matters, though, is the fact that he actually brought DayZ to be a thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have this. And I mean, right now, it is actually a good game.
Yeah, I am enjoying it. I mean, obviously, I held off buying it for ages. And obviously, I didn't buy this one.
You weren't keen. Yeah, you weren't even
Tom
keen
gifted
on
it me
playing
just to basically try and drag me into it.
That's pretty much, we were just, because we were there, and it's like, you're like, oh, I'm paying 15 quid for it. I won't pay anything more than 15 quid. It's like, oh, it's on offer. It's 20 quid. No,
no,
I can't buy it. An extra £5 is just too much. Just too much. You know, I would have to take
that
more
extra £5 to go and buy Doom
before I would buy that. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'd use that extra £5 to go and get Doom instead.
Doom Eternal is on offer, and I'm like, maybe. But I'm going to hold back till Christmas.
Well, the problem with standalone was in development, it did look really promising. And to be fair, it's now where it looked like when we saw all the early access stuff. And I was pretty hyped. There weren't even zombies in it, for fuck's sake. They released it before there were zombies in the game.
Well,
that's just fucking ridiculous.
They put zombies in, but zombies were in, and you barely ever saw them. And you're still like,
I think this is the thing that pisses me off with early access. Like, I understand there are a lot of places where early access not only helps the development of the game, but also helps shape the development to be the better game. I understand that.
Yeah.
You need to have an actual fucking game to release into early access. There needs to be your
core
actual
mechanics need to be working.
The core of the game needs to be there before you put it into early access. And DayZ, you know, the fucking zombie game releasing with no zombies is not a fucking early access game. It's a fucking scam. That's what it felt like to me at first.
For me, I think that was the first time in memory, to be honest. Like, it was the first time an early access game came out, and it really was just like, wow. Like, because I had played some early access games, you know, I picked up Minecraft when that was in beta, and I think I picked.
I was
it
an
up,
alpha boy.
I don't know if I
All
had
right,
an alpha.
all right. Stop showing your age, Grandad.
I either got it
Is this a
very late
horse?
alpha.
It's a horse.
I think I got it very late alpha or early beta. But
Yeah.
I
either
was
way,
like 1.2 beta, like when it first moved to beta.
I remember when I got it, they'd just added minecarts.
Yeah.
I
The
think.
only way I got Minecraft was by going to my mum. Oh, mum, please, can I get it? Can I? I've got no money. It's only.
Well, how old were you
quid.
when you were playing Minecraft?
I was like 11 or 12. I
was
never
gonna say,
had.
'cause I
I
think
didn't
I
have a
was
job until I left
16.
school.
I was in university when I first played Minecraft.
Yeah.
Fuck's
well,
sake.
Minecraft came like out in like
That
year
tracks.
7 or 8.
Well, that makes sense, Carl, because I remember I was first year of college, so I was 16, 17 when I first started playing it, and obviously you were in uni with Tom at that point.
Yeah.
So that adds. So we probably started playing it at about the same time. I think maybe
Yeah.
I did. It was alpha when I started.
I was there to my mum. I was like, mum, you need to get it. I need to get it now, otherwise, you know, because they're going to release it anytime soon. You know, and price will go up to full game price.
I paid £6 for Minecraft.
Yeah,
myself a
you got it
game-
in alpha then, because I
game
remember,
early.
I bought it in alpha before I had a PC that could run it.
Oh yeah, my
literally-
PC barely ran.
Literally
It
for the
just did
sake
it.
of, I knew the beta was coming out soon and the price was going to go up to, I think it was £12 or £13. So it was
Yeah.
like doubling in price. So I was like, you know what? I'll just buy it now for like £7 because I do want to play it, and I had a PC that I'd ordered that was going to then, that's what basically kicked off all the like stuff I did for YouTube. That was what I started with. But I
Yeah.
remember specifically going, everyone's doing Minecraft Let's Plays at the minute. I'm not going to make the first video on my fucking channel be a Minecraft Let's Play. So I ended up going and doing Max Payne instead. And I was fucking awful.
Yeah, because that's the thing though. Like, just going back to the whole early access thing, like that was a very early access game. But even in those early days, it worked. Everything on it worked. There was a few minor little glitches. Well, I don't know. You could make something float by placing it next to a certain block and then breaking it. But like, there was never any game-breaking bugs. But it's like, yeah, we're just going to release this zombie game without any zombies, and also like there's no loot, and you're going to die.
Yeah, because you
In fact,
can't find
actually,
anything.
That reminds me. Just while you guys carry on,
I must have
and
been 13 years old.
I'm going to find
13,
a
14
link,
years old when I got it.
that
'Cause
perfectly
it was around
sums
2010,
up
11.
the Daisy standalone experience.
What's that, Ollie?
Yeah, but
No, what did you just say, Ollie? Sorry.
I've got a video somewhere. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, we can
No,
hear you.
no,
I
I
just
just missed you.
we just missed what you said because you and Ryan were talking at the same time. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that I've got a video somewhere in my favorites where it's like, I think it's just called like the Daisy standalone experience, and it's like, it's a pretty simple one, but God, it sums it up quickly. It's just like, it's perfect. It's just like, because it used to be like
The vanilla experience in DayZ,
possibly
16 minutes? Or is it,
No, it's literally like maybe a minute. Is this
there's
it?
one that's 36 seconds.
No, it's not this one. It's not that. I'll find it at some
Yeah,
point.
you'll have to
but
find
it's
it in
like,
centres afterwards.
I'll find it, but like, it sums.
I mean,
it
let's
up.
face it, we've got to be going back on it after the podcast anyway.
Because it used to be like the way your state. Because obviously now it's. I like how they've returned the old status icons from the mod. You know, those things that worked really well.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was
yeah,
there was Soviet Womble who was playing Daisy, the standalone. I don't even think it was when it first came out in early access. It was actually like months into it. And I
That was
remember
awful
there's
for
just
years.
there was just one bit where they were all just chilling in fucking Cherno with no zombies around them.
Yeah,
No one's fighting each other because there's no fucking point, and they're all just walking around, and he's just like, what's the fucking point? If this was mod, by now we'd either be loading up to maybe attack someone else's base, or we'd be too busy trying to deal with a horde that we'd pulled over because someone shot a fancy gun somewhere they shouldn't have or something.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, that's all that happens to me at the minute, is I go shoot that 308 rifle that shoots 2 308 bullets in one go. It's like, oh yeah, I seem to have pulled a load of zombies. Funny that.
I think I know what it is, actually.
The problem was, it was just
it's
a
on
money
my
grab,
old
wasn't
YouTube
it,
channel where I
first?
try to do Let's Plays. As well, funnily enough, also on that channel is a few DayZ mod videos, actually.
I think
DayZ mod was
amazing. I fucking loved playing that game with friends and stuff. And there's the amount of stupid shit we got up to was because I used to stream it as well, way back when. And I remember we was playing it once with was a guy called Lewis.
Oh, Lewis, oh, bless him.
He was an. I loved playing with him, but he was an absolute idiot at times, and that was his kind of like his like gold character status was his idiocy at times. And I remember like I had a grenade in my bag. No one else, we hadn't found any, and I went, Lewis, do you want a grenade? And then everyone else just went, no. And I just remember saying to him, I'll tell you what, Lewis, I'll give you this grenade. You go throw it into that FOB and let's see what happens. And as he runs off, we're all there on direct communications. Just shoot the floor next to him. Just shoot the floor next to him.
Yeah, basically. It was pretty funny. Oh, I think I found it as well. I found the video. I'll post it in the chat and we'll come back to it after. But it's just
we'll come to it after the podcast kind of thing. So I'll be interested in seeing that myself.
It's,
but I mean, like especially
very
with
early days.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the whole DayZ survival thing. I remember we wanted to talk a little bit about the whole prepping lifestyle and the prepping landscape.
Prepping,
the
everyday carry, just
well, I mean, like
survival skills.
Outright first, the easiest way to start it off. What is your everyday carry? You are going out for the day. What will you always, without fail, have in your pockets? If you go, what will you always have in your pockets, Ryan? Always.
Not much. I used to be quite like good with it. I used to carry. I think I've got most of it. No, I've not got my torches on my desk with me. I used to carry this little bugger. I'd have this with me, like because most of the only times I'd really go out was to work, or I'd be like walking in the like hiking somewhere. So I'd have Spyderco, little folding knife, opening boxes and shit like that. Wallet, or my wallet back then. I'd have a let me grab it. Let me grab the stuff that I'd have, and then I can take people through it. Bear with. Visual episode.
He's just hearing him in the background. Visual episode. I mean, I've got all my stuff with me, apart from like my car keys, which are downstairs, and house keys, which are downstairs. But like, I mean, what's your everyday carry, Ollie?
For me, it's mostly just my phone and my wallet, really, and like maybe keys.
Yeah, well, keys are a given because you need them anyway.
I on my car keys for when I had the Jimny, I used to keep a little mini Leatherman.
Yeah.
On my car keys. I don't on the Volvo because the way the key goes into the dash, the Leatherman would be just scratch the shit out of the dash, so I don't anymore. I might keep it in the car though, maybe. I don't know. Because I did used to like having it.
Yeah. But
that's it. Otherwise, I don't like to carry a lot, especially because to be honest, usually when I'm going out, I'm either going shooting, and if I'm going shooting, I've got a bag full of shooting gear anyway, or I might be just like going shopping, so I don't need much, or I'm going to work.
Well, for me, it's always not a lot. Phone, wallet. I always have my Olight, and then
I need a light.
Yeah, so I always ever since I got this literally stays. If I'm going outside, no matter what, I will have this on me. Because if I'm walking the dog at night, one, it's helpful just because if she does have a shit, I can see where it is.
Just kind of patting around trying to find it.
But also, like, you've seen, Ryan, how fucking bright this thing is as well. It's just good in
I
general.
have seen how bright that is.
He's seen very, very intensely how bright it is.
No, I think you should just take a night vision binocular with you.
I would love to own some night vision. But like that's
he said 006 going dark. I found the dog shit.
Target acquired.
Like that's what always is on my jeans, like, or my pockets. I'll always have them there. But like in my bag, like whatever I'm doing for like going to work and stuff. Obviously, there's my work stuff like my laptop and shit like that. But my personal thing that I always have in there as well is I'll always have. It's not a Leatherman.
Bad dragon dildo.
Doesn't fit.
Only
Mine's
10
too
inch.
big for the bag.
Self-defense weapon, mate. And when they ask you why you're carrying this, you go, "Wouldn't you like to know?"
I've got videos if you want to see. You have to subscribe to my OnlyFans
though. Here's a link. Pulls out a business card.
Yeah, here you are.
Here's my socials.
It's all just videos of you beating people up with a badge.
But every now and then there's still a bit of that. There's still a bit of that fake cum left in it. So when I hit them, it sprays out a little.
Oh.
You're carrying it with like the syringe and everything.
And when the officer goes, "So how did you fend off the criminal who was trying to mug you?" Well, I used my 10-inch bad dragon dildo. If you look for him, you'll actually find he's covered in a lot of fake cum.
Cum lube. My own blend of cum lube with 10% Tabasco.
And that's officer, that's the reason why I got out the headlock.
Yeah.
So
it's Tabasco and super glue.
My eyes, they burn. So trying to get it out.
Scratching at his own eyes.
So also part of my thing was Zippo lighter.
I want a Zippo.
Is that a gas one or is it one of the...
It's the old fuel ones, but I do want to get one of the gas units you can fit in them.
I was going to say, you can get the ones as well that are just the electrical arc. Obviously, they're windproof.
Yeah, these are windproof. The problem is the fuel just evaporates too fast.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
if
I'm saying.
not
Like, I'd
using
rather
it,
charge a battery.
Constantly. I'm going to have a look at one of those electric ones.
The electric
candle
ones are
lights
good
in
from
there.
what I've seen, but you need to make sure you've got like an actual Zippo one. Because don't Zippo do like actual electric ones at the minute?
I think
or am
Zippo do, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we have one. It's not a Zippo one. We just have like that style for it's a candle lighter, so it's like on a stick. But they work really well.
Yeah.
See, I quite like the ones that have like a jet flame in them. It's just like overkill.
I've got my watch that I'd always have. I would have with my watch on my wrist. I don't know where I've put it. Is I'd have a paracord bracelet just in case, so you can pull that up and you've got paracord. Originally, I ran with the MT10C by Nightcore. Runs off their rechargeable CR123s, I think they are.
Yeah, funnily enough, I mean this would be a bit too big for everyday carry. This is actually hunting light. It's red look.
Yeah.
So obviously
this one's got a
you
red.
can see animals, but the animals can't see you. But this has a big ass lipo battery in it. I don't know what volt. I think it's a 3.7 volt.
Why
guess.
I like the Olight as well because they've got the built-in ones as well. Because mine's just the
That's
this
probably
is
the
a
same as
3.6.
That's a 3.7 volt lipo.
That one's
almost like it's like a giant AA battery, basically.
Yeah,
but that's
that
all
one's
it uses.
0.1 volt more than this one. I didn't actually say what's your light
voltage?
3.7.
What's yours, Kyle?
3.6.
3.7 as well, boys.
Yeah.
3.7, I believe. In fact, that looks about the same size as this.
Yeah,
one,
about
Ryan.
to say that's probably the same type of battery.
Yeah, that's quite. It's kind of like it's a bit bigger than an AA.
That's for my new torch. Both torches are waterproof. If I can.
IP37, the same
So
as
how
this.
big's that little torch? I was saying because how big's your little torch then, Kyle? I say little. I know it's bright, but like
I'd probably say Kyle's is like just a bit small. It's probably a bit lower profile.
I don't know if you
I
remember.
mean, that's probably about the size of my hand because I've got very small hands.
Yeah, but it's
That's
The
good
thing,
size.
the
though.
thing I like with this one is it fits in your pocket perfectly fine. I've charged this
I like
once
the clip
since
on
I've owned this. I've charged it once. Yeah, it's got a really good like clip there. The only issue that you have with this one, Ryan, is obviously you don't like the clip being with the light up.
clip.
But
Yeah,
I prefer
so-
this way now because the thing I was thinking about with this, I actually thought about this. If you have it light down, you have more chance of damaging the lens on shit in your pocket. With the lens up, it's if you have it where I have it, your body is always in the way of stuff falling on it.
See, with my pockets and how I'd fit stuff in, usually I have quite tight jeans on, like on a daily basis. But I'd actually have it so there wasn't anything going under there. So like it would be a case of my so
Which
this one
way
would be
is
my
the clip got
torch,
again?
but then it'd been my old wallet, which was a big like fake leather one, and the wallet would sit next to it.
See, what would be good with that as well? Like, it'd be a weird way to use it. For example, like if you were wearing a hat like this, you could literally just clip it onto the peak and use it as a head torch.
Yeah,
well.
they've actually got Olight have some really cool ones where it's basically the torch points out like this way, so it'd be like that.
Yeah.
But the way it works is it also has a mount where it fits perfectly into a head mount, and it
That's
fits snug.
cool. Yeah.
They've got some. I mean, like obviously you like the Nightcore stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, so
I like this stuff mainly, but that's because I was never like a light connoisseur or a flashlight connoisseur or anything like that. The only reason I know about
That would be
Olight,
a nice clip as well.
yeah, I do like those clips.
this has got a red light on it. It's got an SOS function. It's got just strobe function. I believe my other one has as well. I need to reread.
Yeah, so
wow,
yours
I get the
yours
functions
has
all
got
on.
more like programmed stuff in it from what I've
Yeah.
seen, and obviously it's got the red light as well, which this one doesn't.
Personally, as well, I prefer like obviously I know yours was just on a deal, so that's why you've got that color. But personally, I do prefer like the one standard color, like a full black.
See, I had
that-
black before, and that's why I got the camo, because I've had
Yeah.
black torches before, and I actually wanted just something a little different.
Yeah. This is honestly, I was like, this is such a good pickup because this is USB chargeable as well. So
See,
I
now
think
That's a nice feature.
See, now that's where you boys, Olight has
yours
the
is
best.
just fucking like. Yours is
Olight
new,
has
like-
the best charging function ever. I'm going to go grab how it charges.
Right,
Yeah,
when
you
we
do that.
when we look at this torch now and the charging function Kyle's got, you need to understand that his torch is a lot newer than these, like the ones that
Yeah.
we've got.
That
because
looks
this is like a
like-
couple years old.
That looks like it would make a good gun light, especially
They-
because it's got. How bright's the red light on it?
I couldn't say. It's been a while since I've used it. It's not. I think it's
Is-
quite bright.
Is it like, all joking aside, is it more like it's almost meant to be used as a signal or marker light, or does it actually
Yeah.
project a pretty
Well,
decent
I
red
don't know if you
light?
can really see, but that's like the red light on the small one.
That's not bad. Yeah, all joking
quite good,
aside,
isn't it?
like you could probably use that for hunting.
I'd probably say the smaller one is probably a little bit nicer for user functionality.
But that
because
does look like it would be good.
You've got a rear like click to flick on, and then you cycle through your uses on it by these, and then to go into like strobe, you press and hold both together and stuff like
That's
that.
a good idea. Yeah.
This
See,
one, you've only got one button, and that's it there. So
I don't
it would
like
run
that.
completely off that.
I don't like
That's
that.
my only qualm with this one.
See-
The button's fine, but it's just that's the only button.
Yeah. See, I really like the way Olight does their buttons. So you've got a button there, which will be, it will save what I turn it off as. So if I press this button, that's the medium beam because I've set it. No, sorry, that's the low beam because I've set it to always be the low beam. But then there's a bezel button there, which if I hold half, that's medium. But if I press all the way, that's
Jesus,
turbo.
Yeah.
But
Yours is
if
slightly
I'm-
higher lumens than my.
Yeah,
big
I think
one,
only
isn't it? Yeah.
just. But it's momentary. If I hold the button, it's momentary on. So I can hold it
Cool.
and let go. If I want it to be on purposely, I have to purposefully press it and press it, kind of thing. And then
I like that. That's a nice function in it.
That is
I've
a cool function.
I've always preferred lights that do that, and that was the one qualm I had with my light that I used as my duty light when I worked security. It was just a single click on, click off. But it was it was a rubberized button, so it was nice, but it was just single click on, click off. With the charging of these things, though, there is no better charging from what I've seen. So,
I like that. I can always see where this is going. I like that.
This is probably the biggest.
That's fantastic. I like that.
And they do attachments where you can basically have pressure mounts for your firearms as well.
Yeah,
because these are
Nightcore do these as well. Those.
So, and it just attaches the same way, but they've released a new one I've seen where it magnetizes on, and the issue people were having was the magnets sometimes would come off.
Slit.
Very rare. So they've made one now where the pressure thing magnets on, but then you can also clip down, so it locks into place.
This, you can take the base off this for, because obviously this is just your because this was fairly cheap, just a standard rubberized button.
Yeah,
but you can take the button off and replace it with a pressure switch instead.
With yours, Kyle, did yours come with like a little wrist?
No
grip. That's one thing I was very happy with. And did you also get little?
It doesn't actually have anywhere for a lanyard, from what I can see.
Did you get pouches for it? See,
no.
Let me show you. Bear with. Hold on one moment.
Yeah, there was no pouch with this.
Like that.
Olight have got a big old Black Friday sale on at the minute, from what I've seen.
How much was that?
So I got this with. Let me just see if I can get Becky's. Becky,
okay.
Can you bring your lighter as well, please?
So, both my torches came with.
That's nice.
So you've got a plastic hard loop there that you can loop it on stuff with.
Yep.
You've then got this.
That's a molly loop.
Yeah, so I can use that on molly, or I can flick it over a belt.
Yeah.
It's also then got the belt strap here, like just the. Let me try and get this so everyone can see it.
I see. Yeah, just like
you can loop it on your belt. You can then also do a quick loop it onto your belt or molly it, and then it's obviously got this bit of just your hard plastic where you can hook it onto something, stuff like that.
Yeah. The thing I will say with the Nightcore stuff, you definitely do get more bits.
With this, I've just put a.
I just preferred the design of this, and the way this fits in my hand is perfect for me, because I can fit it in. I can fit it in, and as well, it's got slightly like roughed edges there. So even though it's small, if it needs be, I can still use it as a striking implement. But thanks, Becky. I got this, which is the Olight Warrior Mini, and then there was this one, which is the i3T, which is just literally, it's like 170 lumens, but it's tiny. It takes a single AAA.
I was going to say that would be the kind of thing I'd like as an everyday carry.
But yeah,
just something that really tiny and slips in your pocket.
This is way too small for me personally. But
tiny hand.
Big monkey hand.
Yeah,
monkey hand. Too small.
But this
would probably be quite good for you. I might have to.
Yeah.
When we're able to meet up again, I'll have to bring this with me, and you can have a little muck about with it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My only problem with this is the charging function. In the batteries, just seem to when you're swapping them out and constantly, the batteries just felt like they kind of disintegrated a bit faster.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch. The good thing about the batteries that go in here, the CR123s, they actually fit double stack in this. So if the battery on this dies, and I've got 2 spare batteries for that, I can slap them in here, and it's just a backup. But most of the time, that I barely even run through it because it's just so.
But I think
again with the
what was the cost of your newest one?
My newest one. Let me find the.
Because I got both of these when they had a flash sale for, I think it was £60.
Yeah, yours are cheaper. Yours are cheaper without a doubt.
Normally, they're much more expensive, but I just wait for the flash sales I have, because they have loads of flash sales. They have loads of Black Friday deals as well. And
I like a smaller one because I could keep that in my pocket, and I wouldn't because I'm moving around a lot with work. I don't want something too big because I'm.
That's why if you look at the flash sales they do, where you literally they do combo packs like this, and then you could have the one that you would want to have on you at all times, but then you could also have one for the car. Or
when did you How much did you pay for yours?
About 60 to 65, I think I paid.
What was the lumens on your larger one?
I think it's like 1400. I'll have to Google.
Yeah,
it
yours. I think yours is a newer one now. Mine's only got 1200 lumens, but this on its own, obviously, you then get this the battery, there's a charging cable.
This is meant to be £63 by itself, and I got both of them. So
this was $64.95. Wait, let me see how much I actually paid for it. Though it might have been a little bit more. I paid $64.75 in 2017. This is 3 years old now. I've had this 3 years.
I'd like a smaller one like that, the small red one, because it'd make a good like inspection light as well.
Yeah, I mean the thing with this as well, this still has functionality. It's got 2 light modes. The only thing that annoys me with the light mode, which I do also understand why they do it, is the high mode is the second press. So you've got one press for low, one press for high.
Yeah, how bright's that? Just generally speaking. I don't care what the actual lumens are specifically. I just mean
bright enough that you can see easily on high.
Yeah,
because it's
that's pretty good.
So this one,
shit!
I bought a.
Sorry,
go ahead. You go ahead.
I've just looked on the Olight site. You can get this and the what's this one? It's not the same one. There's and they've got a deal on where you basically get this, and it looks like a slightly smaller version of this. It looks like a keychain version of this, for like 57 quid at the minute, which is
that's not bad. I might have to have a look.
Yeah, and this is 1500 lumens. Sorry, and I think 1500. Yeah, and this is 190. I think 190 or 180. At the
so you're a 300 lumens over.
I do remember though that the throw of this light is not as far as yours, because yours I think has got a more focused lens.
Yeah,
yours can reach a bit further out, which both had their pros and cons. I wouldn't be using this for a throw. This is just more of a, if I'm using that bright light, it won't be for me looking for things. It'll be me for blinding people to get away from them.
Yeah. I think with torches as well, like you can sit here and go, "Oh, this is the best torch. This is the best." Like you're never going to say that, be able to pick a best torch. There is a most suitable torch for the situation. It's similar with knives and all types of equipment that you'd use in like a prepping situation, in a bug out situation, a bug in situation. It's all about the usability, the functionality, and how that works for the task at hand.
It's how it works for you as a person as well.
This one cost me £58.90, which is pretty decent. I mean,
for
these are
all
quite
the
old
extra
torches
stuff
now.
you get as well, that's good.
I think as well, like you got the strap, which is really nice. The little pouch, you get a battery with it, and it's got the little. This is like separate, the actual thing, and it comes with spare button and O-rings to like reseal it so it's waterproof still, like in case they perish.
The thing with Nightcore as well is they also do have the tactical pen that I want.
You were saying you were seeing that. I'm pretty sure they do like the brightest light in the world as well.
Olight does a 14,000 lumens one, which is when you have it on. Hard to Hurt recently did a video on it, and usually what he'll do with his lights is he will flash in his eyes the highest charge, because it's like he needs to understand it. He needs to feel what it's like to see if it will work against an aggressor kind of thing. And he got this 14,000 one, and he was like, I'm not shining this in my face.
No, there is a brighter torch, but it's because I mentioned to you Ghost Town Living, the guy who lives up in Cerro Gordo in California. He purchased the brightest torch in the world. It is 100,000 lumens.
Oh yeah, I've seen those ones. They've got they've got a cooling fan in them.
When you turn it on, you can hear that bad boy. Like it proper whirs up like a computer.
Well, it's because it's got a cooling fan in it to cool the element. The reason why it's so large is because it's got a heat sink into it, because it gets so warm. And
I'm pretty sure someone on YouTube strapped a load of them to a drone. I seem to recall someone did it where they got a load of them
surprise me
to a drone, and it was just like. But they putting them all out in different directions. So it's literally like in a small area, you could make it daylight in the middle of the night. It was ridiculous.
I'm actually kind of curious here, right? So this torch is called the Immolent MS-18. That's the 100,000 lumen flashlight, right?
Yeah.
There is another torch by God knows. It's on Wish. It's £20.
No.
And it's apparently 100,000 lumens, and it's 40 watt. I actually kind of want to see what, but it's. Like
I'd like to buy that just to see what shit turns up.
Just to see how crap it is.
We'll have to do one day, like in future. We'll do a thing where we'll go and buy a load of shit from Wish.
Yeah, and test
and
it.
Wait for it all to turn up, and then we'll just see the bullshit that they're selling. Going back to the tactical pen thing, because like I was saying to you previously, there's the one more thing I want to have for my everyday carry is a tactical pen. As stupid as that sounds, I want to get a tactical pen because
Man thinks he's James Bond.
It's not that, it's the fact that way then I have something that I can utilise as a tool and for self-defense on both sides of my person. My torch always goes to my right-hand side. I would have the pen on the left-hand side, so that way then, no matter what, I should be able to get to one or the other if I need to. Olight do a tactical pen, but I don't like it because it's a pen it's got the light that's inside it, and it doesn't seem like it's got the tool functionality on it that I want, whereas Nightcore, it's a titanium pen with a tungsten carbide glass breaker. They use those pressurized space refills for the ink. You know,
it's a fancy pen. I mean, I'd have it. Yeah.
It's literally, it's over-engineered and over-made and over the top in every single way. And that's why it's like 100, I think it's like 150 quid for the pen. But I really want that pen because I think it's also got a seatbelt cutter on it as well. But it's so subtle, the seatbelt cutter, that it doesn't even look dodgy.
Yeah.
That way then I could have them on both sides, and then I'd always have a pen on me as well, which would be great because I never have a fucking pen on me.
I used to carry like a Sharpie in my bag at all times. Like in my carry, I'd always have my small tactical bag, which is
these are good if you want a pen at all times that can write on anything. We use these at work to write on everything.
Metal, yeah. The only time I used to carry pens with me was Sharpies when I worked at Butlins in the theatre because you needed Sharpies for stuff.
Yeah, these are just Stadler Lumicolor permanent markers, just in black, and these can write on fucking anything.
My first bag. This is what I used to use for work. It's the Sparrow 20.
Yeah,
I could do with a bag like that for taking shooting.
Sparrow 20. Wii Sports. They're European Swedish, I think. Previously this just had kind of standard loops on it, like for the zips. I personally went over and swapped them out, took some of them off because I didn't like them, and then I put on one side like a bright yellow
like crimps.
This paracord that I've just
oh, is it just tied? Is it? They look like crimps,
so what I've done is I've just, if I could try and get this up on my desk so it's easy to see. I don't know if the light's a bit too bright.
I can't really make out. I can see that there's something, but I can't really tell.
Yeah. So basically, you do this weave, and then you end it off, and then you'll see like at one end there's the end piece comes out, and then you just melt it with a match or something.
Yeah.
And it seals it. And then I put one on just the armband. So, like, if I've put it down anywhere, I can, like, pick it up in the dark.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little small bag. It compresses. You can pull it all the way out, and it fills right up really well.
I think it's annoying at times with the way some bags are. It took me ages to find the one that I use for work currently, because some of them are just have, like... They're just stupidly designed. Like, there's so many bags I've seen where it's just like... You've got all these pockets which are eating into the actual space of the rest of the bag because you want to say you've got 20 pockets. I don't want 20 pockets. I want a good usable space, a few pockets for things like a laptop maybe, or a tablet maybe, or like if I've got some cables that I want out of the way, then fine. but I don't want to have a load of pockets where this is the size of the bag, but you're cutting it into like thirds because of all these pockets and stuff. It's like, no, just give me a normal usable size. I can separate things myself.
I'm not fussed about like the laptop, like being able to put a laptop in it anymore. I would have been like previously, but at this point, the only reason I carry a laptop around is for work. And that I've got my gym bag for that, and I don't, unfortunately, I don't carry these anymore because it's just I'd be carrying too many bags.
Yeah.
And frankly,
that's the issue when you do gym stuff. You have to have a gym bag.
Yeah. And then working in the centre of Nottingham in the job we're doing, I've got no need for like my pocket knife, so I don't bring it with me. Like, yes, there could be, you know, a shit hits the fan situation where I would need it, but the chances of me needing that actually happening are very, very low. So I keep my old multi-tool in that bag, just so I've got it there, kind of thing. Yeah. My only multi-tool is like a hiking one, and it's got a locking blade on it. And locking blades is a problem with the laws in the UK.
Yeah, the UK
pen
laws
knife
are a bit
is
stringent.
Fine, you can get away with it, but
I actually don't know if mine's technically legal, because I haven't actually measured the blade length, because it is a locking blade.
It's longer than you think.
It's not whether the blade itself is legal. It's the context in where and how you're carrying it.
Yeah, I can't just walk around Tesco's with it, but because I use it to and from work, I am allowed to have it on me.
I think you're actually kind of more like, if you're doing a knife which is below 3 point something inches or centimeters, I can't remember.
3.5 inch, I think.
Yeah, if you can carry one of those, you don't need a reason. You don't need a reason at all. Better you have one, or you can kind of go to the office. You know, I've got it for opening boxes. You know, just general utility.
Okay,
day to day. Because obviously, unfortunately, every kid in their mum, like every kid ever now, thinks that we've got to carry a knife to stab each other with, which is just stupid and it's ridiculous, because that's not the functionality of a knife for a majority of things. That's just idiocy.
I'm just looking at the government website about this now. So, it is illegal to carry a knife in public without good reason unless it has a folding blade with a cutting edge 3 inches long or less. Lock knives. So that one's fine because that's a folding blade. This one fits.
Yeah, that's why I purchased it, because I was looking at Spyderco's, because this is a Spyderco.
Yeah.
Really good knives. And I was like, it's got to be below thingy. That's it. And the only reason I've got this box opening, but that's why there's no need
obviously
for me anymore, really.
The ones we're not allowed to have any form of flick knife, butterfly knife, or anything.
Yeah.
Basically, the only knives we're allowed to have are ones where we have to manually unfold it ourselves and manually fold it back ourselves. If there's any,
it doesn't lock. Because if it's got a locking mechanism where it locks, then it's illegal.
See, that's the issue, because mine locks. But it's not a button lock. It's a lock like what the Leatherman locks are and things like that. It's a tool lock.
How do you mean lock, though? Because see, this comes out and it's like, it's not, you know, it's barely budging.
So that locks.
No, that's not locking. Locking is when there's a separate mechanism like a button lock where it like clicks it and it can't move at all.
So mine, it locks.
Otherwise,
it's not a button
I'll just have a blade that's going like this constantly. And what's that worth to anybody? You can't do anything with it.
Yeah, so mine does lock in place, but it's not a button or mechanism like that. All that happens is there's just something that I have to push down to get it out of the way.
Yeah, no, that's like a button lock. That's a lock.
Yeah, it's got like a sprung lever that will, like, as it comes out, it pops out and holds it in place. I mean, let me go grab one.
That's most Leathermans have that, because my Leatherman's got that as well. That's
which is what makes it annoying, because like they don't.
The Leatherman is literally a tool.
Yeah, mine's on a tool, so it's considered a tool, and it's just the way the laws work in this country, especially with this kind of shit. It's very, very difficult to kind of get any kind of understanding, because, like, even technically, you having that on you, your little Spyderco one, even you just having that on you, technically, not allowed. Because yes, you are legal, but you're carrying it without good reason, and they would honestly.
Even though in the law it states that you don't need a good reason, which is the problem.
No. It does say it is illegal to carry a knife in public without good reason, unless it has a folding blade with a cutting edge.
It's a folding blade, and this is a folding blade with a cutting edge.
That's a folding non-locking blade.
Yeah,
so
but this is the thing. That's fine. You will still get pulled up on that. You will still get pulled up on that by police. You will still get pulled up on by everyone, and that's what makes it annoying.
But he's not breaking any laws by carrying it. That's the main thing.
And I can go, for opening boxes, officer.
It's a knife.
Yeah, it's a knife used for opening boxes and general cutting implementation. With this, something I need to cut other than a human.
This is a locker. This is my mum's actually. We got it for I sharpened it not long ago. This is a locker. It's only a 1 3/4 inch blade, but as you can see, like that, it opens that way, but then that's solid now. That won't close. But so yeah, like you would need good reason to carry that. Whereas mine I don't carry this with me. This is a Mora companion. Like that's a heavy duty knife. It's
fixed
that's
blades
a fixed blades as well, which is out. That's it. Nope.
And the thing is, though,
blade.
The thing is, if you look at the law, right, in a lot of the banned blades, it's just blades which have been. It's like a butterfly knife.
Oh,
in no way does
do you want to see the list? I can read through the list. I have it right here. It's fucking ridiculous.
I've read through it too many times. It's so stupid.
Banned knives and weapons in the UK. It is illegal to bring into the UK, sell, hire, lend, or give anyone the following: butterfly knives. We all know what the butterfly knives are, or the balisongs are. Disguised knives. Anything that's made to look like one thing that hides a knife.
Yeah,
I bet you that was put in place. I bet you the original law for that one was put in place back when cane swords and cane knives were used in gangs.
Yeah.
Flick knives or switchblades or automatic knives. So any of the ones where they have a mechanism to flick out themselves.
Yeah.
What the fuck's a gravity knife?
It doesn't make them any more dangerous.
A gravity knife is... it doesn't even make sense, the gravity knife. So the gravity knife is literally just a knife where like you pull something and it just drops. Like, you won't find one really because they're just shit. It's like an old knife.
And there's everything else has a description about the knife. Gravity knives is the only one that just says gravity knives.
Do you know what the thing is? Do you know what the most stupid thing about it is? Is it's just like their excuses. It's similar with gun excuses. It's like
I was about to say it sounds exactly like the gun law.
It's literally
it's the same.
It's like apparently if you have a butterfly knife, it's easier to draw the blade. Yeah, if I've just got a kitchen knife, I just pull it out and then it's already there and I stab it. Yeah, it's so
I don't have to draw the blade.
It gets stupider. Stealth knives. A knife or spike not made from metal. So technically, if you had a kid's toy that has a knife in it, like a kid's kitchen set, and you carried that around outside, you are breaking the law. Because that is considered a stealth knife.
Come at me.
Further in, zombie knives. A knife with a cutting edge or serrated edge, an image or word suggested it was used for violence. It's like, so just a fucking knife.
They're the really cheap Chinese big green machete-looking things.
The shit you get from Wish.com.
Yeah.
And then, even further down, we got swords, including samurai swords, a curved blade over 50 centimeters. It's like, okay. That's understandable. Like you wouldn't really want someone walking around with a sword.
Yeah.
Push daggers are illegal.
Push dagger.
Push dagger are the ones where it's a blade in the middle and it's got like a flared edge, like a flared handle. So you'd put it in your hand and punch like this kind of thing.
Yeah, like a spike, yeah.
That's why they call them push daggers, because they were...
Some of those are, though, like, if you look at some of them, they are made for combat. Where are you going to use the push dagger?
That isn't the thing. All push daggers are made for combat. They are designed and made to fit in your hand to punch people. That is the whole purpose of them. That is understandable.
I think the Karen bit as well, isn't it? The Karen bit's the curved one. It's like the curved handle and blade.
Karen bits aren't illegal.
No, Karen bits aren't illegal. No, they're not on this list.
No. Well, I mean, you won't really get away with
because they're under a certain length, but they are incredibly dangerous. Blade. Yeah. That's one of the issues. There's sword sticks, a hollow walking stick or cane. They're banned. But then you go further down, you got things like Shurikens are banned. Understandable.
Yeah.
Kusarigama, a sickle attached to a rope, cord, or wire. Did we have ninjas in the UK at one point and they just decided to make them illegal?
It will be because someone was carrying one.
It'll be like a gang
caught,
member
or they
has one.
committed a crime and have been found by it, and they go, "Oh, well, we just need to ban them." That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah,
with the
it's literally just fear mongering. It's literally like the zombie knives. They're like,
some of this
all
stuff
the kids are buying zombie knives, and a couple of people took them out and used them in crime, and they're like, "Oh, we've got to ban them for everybody now." It's like, well, no, that's not solving the problem.
Yeah, some of the stuff that's in this list is ridiculous though, because it's got like koketsu shoge, a hook knife attached to a rope, cord, or wire. It's like basically a variant of the kusarigame. Then you could have just said sickle and ropes are banned, kind of thing. You didn't need to put specific
knife on a chain. There you go.
But then there's like
covers everything.
Hand or foot claws are banned. Yeah. So
well, I mean, did
technically
you,
you could actually put in there, because I've seen these on before.
They're fucking
there's
weird.
Not the weapons wise, just something else. Again, like the fake plastic knife bullshit. You know, I obviously got rakes for like the garden and stuff, and like raking like your soil and stuff to till it.
Yeah.
You can get hand rakes where you hold them like you are holding like a knuckle duster to rake the ground. Technically, that would be illegal.
Not got a sharp edge. Well, no, because they haven't got a sharp edge.
No, it doesn't matter though. They're still considered a claw. It doesn't have to have a sharp edge to be considered a claw. So if you walked out of your garden with that, technically that's illegal.
I think you get away with that one. I don't think anybody's going to pull you over.
I don't think anyone would ever prosecute you for that.
Well then. What's this going on here then? Rake hands? Oh, I don't know if you're allowed out there. Have you got a license for that? Where's your permit? Could you show me your permit for your license, please, sir?
And obviously, right at the end, they have knuckle dusters.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I've been punched in the faces with like boxing gloves. I've been punched in the face without knuckle dusters. I don't want to be punched in the face with knuckle dusters.
No.
I think any of those which are literally, they're there for weapon, like to be a weapon. Fair enough. That makes sense to me, because it's not designed to be. It's like we were saying with the torches and with the equipment you have for prepping. It's the utility you're using it for. What is it designed for? And the problem is they're just banning everything. I mean, honest to God, I reckon if some chav walked up to me with a fucking butterfly knife, he's more likely to slice his own fingers than pull out his knife fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like they're going to be acting a tit with it, and they're going to hurt themselves more than anything.
The thing is, though, the thing with butterfly knives as well, like, they're the one knife where you actually have that second to either attack or run, because there's that whole moment to actually get that blade out. So you can either attack in that moment, or you've got that moment to go, fuck this, I'm gone.
We should all just be allowed to carry bigger knives like Crocodile Dundee.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Because that's a knife. He just pulls it, it's fucking like
eventually everyone will be carrying a fucking Buster sword from Final Fantasy VII.
Mate, I'll be carrying the Dragon Slayer from Berserk.
What's it called though? There was a video from America, and there's a bunch of like clearly like left wing, they're protesting outside, and this fucking mental right wing guy in a car pulls by, and he starts fucking shouting at him. He's like, "Fuck you!" And then he just jumps out and he pulls out this claw. Honest to God, there is no function for that claw other than kicking the shit out of somebody or killing somebody. It's like, you're not going to cut your vegetables with this claw with like 5 blades on it. Like, oh, it was.
The amount of some of these like stupid designs that I've seen are just like, this is ridiculous. This isn't even good as a weapon to harm someone else. This is more a detriment to yourself. It's like, remember, I'd say maybe like 10, maybe 12 years ago, there was all that real edgy kind of knife blades. We've had like all the like, everything's got an edge on it on every point, and it's like, oh, that would be a really cool weapon. It's like, yeah, to stab yourself in the stomach with.
How are you it's like, where are you storing that? Like, how are you putting that down? It's like, look at all the blades on it.
Yeah, you literally can't do anything with it. Going
you
back
open
into
the box
this,
and it falls into your hand. Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Going back into
it opens
the list,
the box
actually.
itself. It's sentient.
Going back into the list of the illegal stuff, they also have telescopic truncheons as illegal, which is obviously like the police baton shit. which we all know my thoughts on that bullshit anyway.
Yeah, they're crap. Good old mahogany truncheon. That's what we want.
I've got this. It's a shooting stick, which it's all aluminium, and it is technically telescoping, but it's not a baton. That's the thing.
No,
so I did notice
the thing they mean with telescopic as well. Unlike that one, it's a screw. You have to unscrew it to extend, don't you, for the telescopic to work? The telescopic
is that a weed?
Are auto extending.
On the end, what I did notice, if you pull a foot off, this I'm not sure for certain, but I can't help but think that looks like a hardened insert for breaking windows. Do you not think?
Glass breaker. That looks like.
Or I'd say it probably just for like getting a firmer grip on some ground, maybe like
you could probably like stab that into soft ground for quite a good hold. Because
I'm calling the police though, because that's illegal. I'm reporting.
It's threaded on the top because usually like a V-shaped mount goes on, and the idea is you stick it on the floor and then you can rest a gun on it. But but all to go aside, you could beat the shit out of someone with this. It would hurt.
Personally, my thought on it is like the more we ban items and things just because somebody acts up with it's just taking away people's freedoms. I mean, that's because in reality, if we are a free country, if I want to own a knife glove, I should be allowed to own a knife glove as long as I'm not using it in a detrimental way. Like, because you could just own it because you think it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need these plants, but I own them because I want to look at them and I think they look nice and I can look after them. It's like,
it's the thing that's really fucking stupid with the way it works, because technically we are allowed to own like a katana. We could have like
as long as it's made traditionally, you can.
If it's made traditionally,
a traditional made katana or a medieval sword, a traditional made medieval sword, you are allowed to have them in your house because they would be considered ornaments types of things. But it's like, yeah, but you're making all these blades and stuff illegal, so why am I allowed to have one in my house? Because that's just an ornament. It's still a fucking blade.
So. Yeah, it's still it's exactly the same.
Replicas, I know they're blunted, but there's nothing stopping you sharpening them up. Yeah, the metal may be shit, but
it's shit metal, but you can still use it.
Yeah, it's still a knife, still a blade.
The problem is that it doesn't matter what you do, you will always. It's like you can't stop things being pointy. At the end of the day, you could ban every single type of knife. Okay, I'll just smash this glass on the desk and now I've got a load of sharp edges. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to ban glasses? Like,
they probably would. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody beat somebody to death with a brick. We're banning bricks. Oh fuck! I'm not going to have a house.
Gosh.
Someone split a 2x4 plank of wood in half and stabbed somebody with it. Well, looks like my floorboards are forfeit, boys.
That's what I mean. It's just like, where do you draw the line? I think that's what frustrates me about with a lot of our firearm bans, is that it's just like, what they seem to forget is that, first of all, when things like shootings have happened, did you know that it was already illegal to commit a mass shooting? Like, what makes you think banning the gun is going to fix the problem? All you're doing is all the people that were doing it sensibly and safely, you're just fucking them over.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, even if you say something, there's always going to be the people who are a little bit too sensitive, and they'll be like, "Oh, but why do you need to own it? Because I go to a range and I shoot it. Because
I've had that
boxes
exact
with the
thing
knife."
from several people.
The thing that's so fucking annoying when people say this whole like, "Why do you need to have it?" It's always
I've had that.
You can always just pull back the same thing. Why do you need a car that does 180 mile an hour?
Yeah. Why do you need, or just, like, let's say, why do you need a big TV when you can just buy a little one?
Yeah.
Like,
why do you need a little TV when you can have a radio?
But that's the thing, because I have had loads of people saying, why do you need, like, when I've said about doing my shit, like, why do you need a gun? It's like, I don't. I just want one. What's wrong with that?
You're not The thing is, when you say things like that to people, they seem to think, "Oh, you're going to use it." It's like, well, yeah, I'm using it in entertainment. I'm not going to use it to go and shoot people. It's like I would love, especially with the way our stupid fucking weapon laws work, I wish we had some self-defense tools we could actually be legally allowed to carry on us, because I've had too much shit happen throughout my life where those situations would have drastically been different if I had was legally allowed to use and have, in a self-defense way, some kind of tool or defense item.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed. And it's like,
personally,
I don't want
I
to
think-
carry these items to go out and attack people with them. I want to carry these items so if I'm fucking attacked, I can use them.
But not to mention, even if you could carry those things, it's like, yeah, but if you do start attacking people, that's illegal. Like, that still wouldn't be allowed.
You would then
like,
have to feel ramifications.
No. So
it's
the way self-defense works in this country, I had to learn this extensively with my security training. Ryan, you are attacking me with a knife. If I break your arm so you cannot use that knife anymore, that is not considered excessive force because you were attacking me with a knife. Now, if I broke your arm and then continue to beat you within an inch of your life by punching you in the face, that is excessive force. The way the force works in this country, I'm allowed to use the force needed to mitigate or stop your attack for me to then get away.
What if I was attacking you with my third leg?
Break the third
That's
leg.
the only thing I'm going to attack
spike
you with,
penis.
young man.
He's wearing a
Do you know what?
spike condom.
I think we can, before we end, we can sum this all up, right? The other week, a nonce was murdered in jail. I don't know if it was by another nonce or by somebody else in the jail, but somebody murdered a nonce. They beat him to death. We are considering taking this other man to court and charging him for murdering a nonce. I'm sorry, but if we're prioritising wasting tax money on charging somebody for killing a nonce, don't get me wrong, he killed a guy, but the guy was a nonce. I mean, he raped kids, and that's something else. And he looks at kiddie porn. I think we got about murder and stuff, and I was watching a video, and these guys were going like, "There's some like when it comes to stuff like being a nonce and like physically abusing or like looking at legitimate child pornography, it's something else. It's just on another level. They are something different. And if they die, I mean, what are we really losing?
It's
nothing of value.
No, nothing of value.
There's going to be one person crying for them, and that's
I
their parents. And even then, if their parents have got anything up there, they probably won't care anyway because he's a nonce.
To come back on that slightly, I will say I do have sympathy. Let's say you're a normal person. We don't pick how we're wired. And unfortunately, like, there probably are some people out there who are trying to just live a normal life, but for some reason they find kids attractive. And I do have genuine sympathy for those people.
The thing
is,
is,
a mental illness that they need help.
The thing is, there are a lot of people. I remember watching something about this. There are a lot of people out there that are, like you said, wired in that way. The thing is, you've got the ones like that died in prison who fucking acted on it, who are wrong, and they need putting in the fucking forever box, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then you do have the ones where they are actively seeking help. And I think there was an interview with someone who was a prolific child molester through years ago. He served his time, came out of jail, and he went through all the psychiatric stuff, went through all the help he could because he stated in interviews, he knows if he doesn't get that help, if he doesn't get that assistance, he knows he'll keep doing it. And he knows it's wrong. He knows it's wrong, but he can't change the way his brain is thinking.
I think there's a lot of problems and issues, but I mean, personally, like, I think if you've done it in the first place, like, I mean, I like sex. I think everyone, there's a lot of people who like sex.
It's all right.
I give it a 3 out of 5.
No,
3 out of 5, triple 5.
Gentlemen, I like sex, but have you ever had a stuffed crust pizza?
Ooh. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to one-up your stuffed crust pizza. Tiger bread crust pizza.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
Never had
so
that.
good.
Never had it.
They have it. They have it in Tesco's. Just go get it. It's the best crust.
They don't have it in mine.
I found it in farm foods.
We need fucking lockdown to end, and we're gonna go to Ollie's. We're gonna shoot some guns. We're gonna eat tiger bread pizzas.
But that's the thing. Like, I like sex, but I don't just go around just fucking people randomly. You know, I don't just go and rape people. I think that's the thing. When somebody's acted on something and they've done it in a forceful manner like that, I think you've just that's it, mate. You've lost all right. You get one other chance maybe, and that's it. It's like
that's the thing. That's the thing with being human. Every single one of us has those thoughts in their head where you will, because your brain works in the way it does, you'll randomly think, I should just fucking drive this car over that pedestrian there. You don't do anything on it, but you just go, okay, brain, calm down, and then you carry on. But obviously, I wouldn't do that
with mine because they'd probably end up better off than my car.
But like every brain has that, and then we also have things like where your brain can have that moment of clarity, where all of a sudden you think, I'm driving a fucking moving vehicle that weighs over a ton that is literally gonna fucking kill me. But that's just that way your brain works. But like you said, it's when people act on those impulses, that's when you need to really, if you've acted on that, take a fucking step back and get some fucking help.
I think there's this is a take that I always kind of like debate in my head, and I sit there and I listen. I think about, right, what we're going to think about nowadays is where birth rate and stuff is at an all-time high, especially in like our Western countries, because we've got so many procedures we can follow where we can save children, we can make sure people have their kids and it's not a problem. Yeah. And there's not overpopulation. It's more on an overpopulation thing, but I think it kind of relates into just the sheer amount of people. And there's like, I think there's like the problems we're having, and it's I'm not saying there's like a master race, and I'm not going to like something, but what I'm saying is like nowadays where a woman may have died during pregnancy because the child was either too large, or the child may die where she couldn't birth them, genetically, she's got like she's not got wide hips, wide enough hips for it and stuff. Yeah. She would have died in childbirth, and that would, that genetic line would go.
In nature, they would have.
In nature. So what we've got nowadays is we can do C-sections. We can, you can cut somebody open and get the baby out. And I was watching something, reading something, and they were talking about the fact that we're actually breeding ourselves to a point where, we're getting a lot more people with less like wider birthing hips, like not in an objectifying way, but in
a biological way.
In a way, we are. If we carry on this way, like we could breed ourselves to a point where we all have to, like, well, not all of us, because obviously we're male. I'm not going to be giving birth anytime soon.
I'll be all right, yeah.
I think I'll be fine.
We could breed ourselves into a point where not many women have, wide enough hips to have a natural birth per se. Well, natural, the way you word it's a bit weird, but I think like something like that, it's like it kind of like you think about it, where usually there's a lot of people who probably wouldn't have been able to afford having kids, and probably aren't the best people to have kids, are having kids now. So there's people who are a little bit more mentally weak. I'm not saying that it's a problem and stuff like that, but I think that's, again, it's just a case of genetics. I mean, because really, how often did we have? I don't know whether it's how it's been reported more now in future years, but the paedophilia and stuff like that wasn't such a widespread issue previously, but that could be down to reporting as well.
That's down to reporting.
Yeah, I think it's probably always...
There's always been cases of it, even back in historical. There's so many historical figures which.
Well, I mean, back in the day, you used to get married at 12, so there's like paedophilia wasn't a thing.
No, I understand that, but that's because that's way back when the fucking life expectancy was like 30. But I'm not even talking that far back. Like, just go back to potentially like World War I, World War II type terrors. There's always been cases of it. Always.
Part of my thinking, though, like, just to kind of round it off, is the idea is like, back in the day, if somebody did something like this, that's it, mate. Chopping block. Get your head up there. You're either getting hanged, head chopped off. So if it is down to a way they're wired, like we're saying, to do something, to go out and murder somebody, to go out and thingy because they are a little bit more unstable, previously we wouldn't have genetically bred that on, because they would have been, that's it, you're off. So you're not an option anymore. You can't pass on that trait to somebody else. So I always kind of think, is that maybe, this is like our downfall in a way.
The thing you got to think though as well is a lot of mental health conditions are not genetics. They're not bred. They're not bred through
environmental.
Yeah.
It's
there's so many different ways of looking into it. There's obviously the nature versus nurture argument. There's all the Freudian arguments. There's so many different psychological arguments on the way this works, and it would be so much easier if it was just a genetic thing to understand. Because if it was, say, oh, this guy is a mass murderer and it's genetically in his brain, Well,
Yeah.
then just don't let him have
Yeah.
kids, and then there's no more.
Yeah, I think like we're saying though, is like you were saying about environment as well. I think that's probably a thing. With like the idea, like nowadays, people expect you to make a GoFundMe and then you just pay for them to move country.
Yeah.
Shit like that happening. I think that's like, if we're in a world where people think that's acceptable and they don't have to work their way and earn something themselves, rather they just go, please give me money, sir. It's like maybe that's one of the problems as well, and it all kind of amalgamates together.
All three of us here are still not perfect with regards to this, because the amount of times when you hear this stuff, like, it's like the thing is, like, you still hear like, the issue with these youngins is there's no respect, and it's like, yeah, but the issue with the elders is you don't fucking understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no listening.
Youngsters is you raise them.
Yeah, that's.
Well, no, the problem is they didn't raise them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, so you made them this way.
Yeah, in a lot of the areas where I grew up, where I went to schools, a lot of the issues were the kids don't have respect because they're, for lack of a better term, raised in. They weren't raised. They weren't brought up. They weren't even dragged up. They were just.
They were
left.
Birthed into the world, and then they were left to fight for themselves.
It's a fucking mess, because I've never had a kid. Neither of you two have ever had a kid. We don't understand.
Well, I don't think so.
We don't understand the whole kind of like raising a child thing, but I've had a girlfriend who was literally studying child development because she was looking to go into like caring for children and things, and understanding the way the brain works and all that kind of stuff for children. And it is something that can be done. It just, you have to nurture them, and that's the issue, where they don't care.
The only way I will continue the line of O'Leary on this world, or my family on this world, is by cloning. I'll make millions of myself.
Aren't you like those cells where they just split themselves down the middle and make another one of themselves?
Ryan's just a Hydra.
I think,
chop my head off.
On that note, we'll close it off, because I want to get back into DayZ, to be honest with you.
Yes.
So,
this is the man who didn't want to buy DayZ.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. I still, even if I wouldn't have paid 20 quid for it still, at this point. But that's just because I'm being a tight arse and I need to try and save money anyway. So, but no.
At least you didn't open up a GoFundMe for it.
No, I'm going to open up a GoFundMe to get the season pass for Cyberpunk instead. But no, yep. So next week we will actually have a special guest on the show. It'll be the first time for us. We've had this kind of planned for a while. If anyone follows like the Twitter and stuff, they would have seen who the guy is, because I previously went onto his podcast about a month ago now. Actually, it's been quite a while. I've been on his podcast
more than a month, innit?
Yeah, I've been on his podcast like twice now.
No, when you first went, it's definitely over a month.
Yeah, when I first went on, it's definitely over a month. But I think the most recent one I did was probably about a month, actually, because it was
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was the Khabib versus Justin Gaethje fight that we talked about on the podcast afterwards. So yeah, it's Jay from the Backboard Podcast. He'll be joining us next week. But apart from that, go follow us on Twitters. Send us all your shit posts and memes, and send us cursed gun images, because they're always fun to look at.
They are very funny.
If you would like to contact us through the email is used to get our details for you to send a quill-written 4,000-word essay with a one-page abstract that is wax-sealed, which then has to be delivered by Owl.
I'm thinking of maybe like spicing it up a bit, and maybe like you can get a pterodactyl to deliver it as well. I will.
Well, let's not be unrealistic here.
Yeah, I think that might send it just over the edge, because we're not asking much, really. I think that might ask just a little too much. Yeah.
I mean, if it's not a pterodactyl, it's like, what's the point?
But yeah, so you can always get in contact with us there. And apart from that, my name's Kyle, joined with Ryan and Ollie.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
And we will see you guys next week at the same time at the same place. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for listening.
Peace.
Hey.